Hello everybody, I am 7 15 the Dragon Tamer here, and welcome to PAVA Gamer Talk. Not Gamer Talk, but Anime Talk. Derp. Where each and every single week, or at least I try to have it each and every single week, we talk about something that's currently going on in the anime world. Um, and this is actually a rant. What a rant is, it's different from a review. A rant is basically, I'm basically talking to you as if you've already seen the show. So if you have yet to see the show, I will ask for you to please leave at this time. That's So yeah, basically talking to you as if you've already seen the show. So if you've yet to see the show, then please leave. Also, if you're not into just hearing one guy mumble and all that silly stuff, and with just one picture, which by the way it's not mine, then I would also like you to please leave because it's just this picture and my voice. If you're not into that, then well, this is not the video for you. And today we'll be talking about Space Dandy, and I'll be talking about what the 24, 26 episodes that went on some of those episodes. First things first, I really want to get this off my chest now is the whole entire Dandy-Scarlet relationship. I really thought that it would have been good, but I just was sad that it ended the way it did. You know, I'm not too surprised it ended the way it did. I kind of thought it might have, but you know, I just thought, you know, as time went on through that episode, you could see an actual relationship form. It was actually a very interesting relationship. A relationship that usually doesn't happen too much in anime. More or less, it's love at first sight, just my love, my darling, I'll do anything for you, and all that silly stuff that we've seen 1,000 times before. But this relationship was a bit different, and it was kind of interesting to see someone like Scarlet fall for someone like Dandy, and vice versa. You know, you kind of sometimes forget that's how beautiful Scarlet is, and the Colleen Clickenbird's voice just kind of added to that whole entire badass and whole entire indifferent attitude. And she did a very good job playing Scarlet. I think actually that's probably one of her best performances in my opinion. And Sinclair did a very good job of at playing Space Dandy. But just kind of disappointed the way that ended. But oh well. It is what it is, you know. It was a really nice episode, though. That's one of the things I like about Space Dandy. Is sometimes you get this silly, random as all hell episodes, and the next time you get an actually very meaningful and somewhat deep episode. And the next episode you probably get something that kind of feels like especially with the ending, they kind of get trolled at the end. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, what? You kind of just think that just random mishmash, but the ending just makes it go, no, all this was not mishmash. This is all Dandy because he's awesome and basically has some ability that allows him to do that. They explained it better, and that's what I like about the ending. They actually did explain it. Though, some people just kind of thought this was BS. We're trying to explain the way it was not. Well, each episode did not lead into the next. That's how. I don't know, but I did like the last episode a lot. I like some of the other episodes. One of the episodes I did like a lot was it was the episode where Meow goes back to his home planet and they're stuck on an infinite loop. And I really thought it was hilarious when he admits that he actually has feelings for his crush, and his crush turns out to be gay, and she's gay to someone who probably could be her mom. And that's just weird. And it was probably almost made me outrage quit life. And I would not believe him. I was like, fuck. The girl not only is the girl that I have a crush with a lesbian, but now she actually is dating someone who could be her mom. It just sucks. You know, that's I kind of felt like bad for Meow there. And there is actually development or some kind of development or some kind of motions within some of the characters. You know, another thing I feel like that each and every single character has in common is they don't really, you know, find love or romance. Now, a few times we actually see Danny have an ex or two, and that was actually kind of interesting. And you know, Dandy, you sometimes don't realize how Dandy can also be kind of smart too. He may be like act like a total idiot, but he's actually kind of smart. He's kind of clever. I mean, he can sometimes think some things through and actually realize some things. That's actually kind of interesting in Dandy's parts, you know. he's not exactly witty or wise or anything like that, but or he just does a lot of stupid stuff, but he's a genuine character, and that's what I really do like Dandy in general. I don't think there was an episode that explained his past, or if I did, I didn't watch it, because I watched most of the episodes, with the exception of like one or two. One of them I missed, the other I just kind of skimmed through. Is the one where the high school episode. I think they explained some of his past in that episode. I'm not sure, but that's what I kind of like about Space Dandy. You know, he's a genuine character. He has genuine feelings, but I just feel like I really want to know some of his backstory. That's the thing. You know, we basically know Meowth's backstory more or less, and QT doesn't really have much of a backstory because he's a robot. His backstory basically was more or less explained in the next to last episode, where it basically said it was said that Dandy was trying to buy like an R2-D2 robot lookalike, and he ended up buying QT instead, and he ended up keeping them because there's too much of a hassle to exchange them. So that's how that happened. That's basically QT's backstory, and I like that special QT episode where it showed him just having a really massive crush on this other female robot, and then he realized the whole entire time that she actually has a crush on some other robot, even after he's tried to track her down so much. Unfortunately, she's had this crush on this robot, one other robot, the whole entire time, and the whole entire time he was in friend zone. He gets frustrated by this, but still tries to save his girlfriend's, not his girlfriend's, but his crush's love interest anyway, because, well, he's a nice guy. Or robot. And that's, you know, it's actually really interesting. It makes him more of a genuine character, I think. You know, in each and every single character you see, you can kind of connect with and kind of see their point of view and kind of, you know, you can relate to them. And that's what I really like about these characters. You can relate to them, even if they're so wacky and out there. And some of the episodes, I think, I feel like some of these episodes were just like made to be really weird, so that way, like, the animation team could just go wild and out of nonsense. Because like some episodes are like completely different from the next episode, and it was really interesting, you know. And sometimes you feel like Dandy's just like some hopeless guy who likes women, but they don't really like him too much. And that's not actually the case. Some actually women do have a bit of a crush on him, as we've seen several times throughout the anime. And some of the little girls actually want a girl basically to work on the ship, or more or less. And that just goes to show that he actually is a bit of a charmer. You know, despite his pure stupidity, he actually is a bit of a charmer. And, you know, it makes him more of a likable character. And I just really like this anime a lot. I didn't think I would like this anime a lot. You know, I just thought it was just basically Cowboy Bebop, just goofiness, basically. And in some ways it kind of is, but it's more than just Cowboy Bebop with goofiness. You know, if Bebop met Dandy, or Spike met Dandy, I feel like Spike would totally own Dandy. But Dandy actually has his own strong points as well, and if anything, he's tenacious, and if he has a goal set on his mind, he tries his very darnest to get it accomplished. Even if by the end of it, he ends up forgetting his goal completely, and the goal ends up becoming totally irrelevant to what he actually ends up doing in the end. Several times, he's actually come very close to his goal, but let his script slip past because he didn't recognize his goal, or because he's an idiot and forgot about his goal the whole entire time. But, you know, Dandy's a very interesting character. I feel like every character in this anime is kind of interesting. The whole entire last episode had a few different plot twists, and I really did enjoy it. There's a few things I didn't really see coming, but I wasn't too surprised by them. This anime doesn't really do anything too different, I guesstimate, but it it gets to what it wanted done. And I feel like the whole entire time you're just trying to make you have like, see all this amazing eye candy, and at the same time enjoy yourself immensely, whether it be through feels or tears of laughter, tears of joy, or tears of sorrow, or just tears of feels, or something along those lines. That's why I like this anime a lot. It had depth to it that I was not expecting. If you're expecting an anime that's just mindless stupidity, then he's not that at all. It's surprising, but he's not just a complete idiot. And I do very much enjoy that. Another few episodes that I thought were just wacky and insane are just like one of the Rockstar episodes, and the one zombie episode that was completely, totally, stupidly random. I feel like they were just having that for no goddamn reason. And one of the things I liked about the last episode was like how they make this. They say, "Hey, the narrator, the narrator, yeah, he's actually God." It's like, whoa, huh? I actually didn't really think they would do something with the whole entire God thing, and it's kind of interesting that Dandy actually turned down being God. Granted, he didn't know what the consequences are, nor did he give two shits. And he's just dandy. He's a dandy man in space. He's just awesome. I feel like he's one of the most influential characters of the past 5 years, the first part of this decade. He brings something new to the table. The last several big, huge anime, especially on Toonami, had been more or less main character protagonists with who were basically voiced by Bryce Papenbrook. I mean, seriously, like every other big anime, every new big anime, that's been out there on Toonami the last several years, it's pretty much been the main protagonist who is a teen. Hold on, let me start that sentence over. Every teenage protagonist who is from a big anime within the last 5 years, the last 2-3 years, has been basically voiced by Bryce Papenbrook. I'm not saying he's a bad voice actor. He's actually pretty good at what he does. He's not like some of the other voice actors who have been in this business for 10, 15, 20 years who can like let's say Colleen Clickenberg. She can be a total she can be a soldier 1 minute, or like a like a prison war in the 1 minute, and like a complete a goofy and random weapon that wants to marry a toilet. Oh, you have to really like the range. She can be a Sandra 1 minute. She can be like a really tough badass woman the next minute, and the next minute she can just be complete ditz. That's her range. Unfortunately, Bryce, on the other hand, he pretty much, I've only seen him in, he's only been have 5 or 6 roles, and all those 5 or 6 roles he had. He's played as Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. He's played Kumara from Reno Kumara from Blue Exorcist. He's played Red from Pokemon Origins. He's played Kirito from Sword Art Online. Each of those characters are more or less are little hotheads and tend to think have moments of self-doubt and just go for a minute or two. They just stare at themselves and just think into space, where they doubt what they're doing, or they think they're monsters, or something along those lines. And he's really good at that. But just like I said, the characters he's been is basically 4 or 5 different variations of the same character, basically the same archetype, and that really doesn't speak well to his range. He's really good at what he does, but I don't think he can do anything else other than that. He's a newer voice actor, so we may see something from him in the future. But now I'm off on a tangent. I don't know how I got on that, but anyway, like I was trying to say, my point was that Space Andy is a little different the way Kelly Bebop was different back in the day. At the time, there's a bunch of weird and wacky anime with, they were just kind of more or less happy. And there's a bunch of anime nowadays that are kind of darkish, and are about life-death situations, and have a lot on the line. And Cowboy Bebop is totally different from that. Of course, they do generally have one or two moments in the show that have like the whole entire universe on the line, but it's not really a main focus of the anime. It's just more like a hey side plot. And I really do like Space Dandy. I think I actually like Space Dandy better than Attack on Titan. Just because I feel like the characters are more interesting and intriguing, and you can relate to them more. I don't really think you can really relate too much to Eren, or too much to any other character in the series, really. You know, that's why I like this anime a lot. Plus, I actually think it's better, in several different ways. There's several different plot points with Attack on Titan. And I just feel like it's sometimes kind of hard to follow, but that's why I feel like Space Dandy is better in a lot of ways. And that's my freaking dog that's in my lap. And he's being impatient, so I'm thinking I'm going to end the rant around here. I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, subscribe for more videos. I'll probably do one later on today. I think I'm going to be doing one about... I forgot what I was going to do one about. I think I'm going to do one about... Oh yeah, something... I'll just say that later. I'm not going to even say it, because I don't know if I'm going to be doing it. But anyway, please like, subscribe, and all that silly stuff. And I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys next time.